Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about how you can actually define your target market or niche market. A target market is a particular concentration or focus in a particular market demarcated probably by psychographics or demographics, that is psychological factors or population-based factors, to really limit your market so you have a smaller market perhaps to focus on. Now some people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that, but it's actually one of the best things you can do because you can actually reduce your expenses on your marketing side and probably get a better return on spending less. Now I'm sure some of you like that, but the other great part of it is that in the long run you're actually going to get to work with clients and customers, regardless of whether you do products or large customer sales or no matter what kind of sales you do. You're probably going to enjoy yourself a lot more because you're going to find the right kind of customers who are really compelled to work with you. Now remember, customers work with you because they trust you, and secondly, there's something compelling enough about you that distinguishes you from your competition, that eliminates any other consideration of any other competitors. How would you like to have that? I'm sure some of you, not all of you, would like to have that, I'm sure. So how do you do target marketing? Well, there are many ways, but let me describe one way that is what I call from an internal perspective. In this internal perspective, you really start from yourself, like what you provide, especially looking at your current clients. So what I would do as a practical aspect is right after this video, or even while you're watching this video, which I hope you're not doing this, but right after this video, you want to sit down and write down the characteristics of your favorite clients from a personality profile. What kind of personalities do you like to work with? Are they driven? Are they ambitious? Or do you prefer the more laid-back variety? So from a personality point of view, what are the characteristics? The second is, where do these groups of people tend to congregate, either online or geographically? What areas of the country, what areas of the city do they live in or work at? What industries do they work in? What kind of salary ranges do they have? What kind of gross income ranges do their businesses have? Etc., etc. So I would look at that and then try to group them and maybe come up with 4 or 5, maybe 10 possible groups or groupings of these people. Then I would actually do some Google research, and I use Google because it's so ubiquitous and so easy to access, and it makes a very good starting point. Start with Google and start putting in some keywords that demarcate these kinds of groups. For example, real estate professionals looking for investors in San Jose within these certain area codes, as an example. And look to see what comes up. Now you may be surprised to see blogs or groups or community associations or trade associations showing up, which you can then contact to find out more information and find out what their real pains are. Are the people really congregating there? And also perhaps, do they invite you to come in and do presentations, etc., etc. So that gives you a rough kind of timeline. Start with looking at your favorite kinds of customers or clients and their personality types. Now one thing I didn't mention is to also look at what kind of particular pains or problems or compelling issues do you resolve for them? Are there particular goals that you resolve for them? And then based on that, create a profile with some keywords that you can then apply to Google to find out where these people congregate. And based on that, then do a deeper dive. And the deeper dive in terms of research would look like finding out personally from them, maybe face-to-face interviews or phone interviews, or buying data. Sometimes you can buy data fairly affordably these days. Sometimes the data is available for free. And as you get that data, a picture starts formulating. And one of the interesting things personally for myself that I found is when I start formulating this picture and as I start doing more interviews, the interesting thing is you actually start making some sales or setting up some presentations for myself or my company. So that's something that could be a side benefit to this process as well. And that's certainly a very good way to thrive in any economy, really, truthfully. So I look forward to sharing more information with you about this, and look forward to seeing you at one of my events. Take care.